back to my channel. Today I have a one brand makeup tutorial for you guys. For a start, I thought I should be talking about a brand that everyone already knows. This brand is very accessible to everybody. It's a brand that I have been associated with for like 10 over years. It's also one of my first few ever makeup brands that I've ever owned in my life, and that is Maybelline! I'm sure Maybelline needs no further introduction. Their products are really good, very affordable, and you can find them in all of the drugstores pretty much all over the world. Without further ado, let's get started with today's makeup. I am a big fan of their Maybelline Fit Me foundations. I really like the dewy and smooth one because I've got very dry skin, but for those of you with oily skin, you can go for the matte and poreless one. So the difference would be this is purple, this is green, and of course the finish as well as the ingredients that they use. Right now I'm just applying it with my beauty blender, and I've wet my beauty blender beforehand so that it's a lot more squishy and soft. So this is a medium to full coverage foundation, which is really good if you are just dabbling into makeup and you don't want to spend too much money on a foundation. This is one that does the trick. It has pretty nice finish, it lasts quite long as well, and it's not too expensive. I would imagine for a lot of you guys, when you are younger, your sebum production will be a lot more active. Your sweat glands, your pigmentation, your blemishes, they're all more like raging hormones kind of thing. And if you have like oily skin or acne prone skin, things that you need to kind of cover up, the matte and poreless one is actually really good because it cancels out redness very well and it keeps you matte throughout the day. Whereas if you're slightly older or if you have like drier skin, Dewy and Smooth is definitely a better option to go for, and this is quite new. They only recently added the Dewy and Smooth into their range, I think like last year or something, and I'm so glad that they did. As I grow older, my skin gets a little bit drier as well. One layer done, as you can see, it's like feels like second skin. You actually have a pump and a glass bottle. It's really like worth it. So now I'm gonna go in with my second layer on places where I have my veins popping up around my cheeks. So even though they say it's dewy and smooth, I realized that I don't actually get that very dewy kind of effect. For those of you who don't like to have that kind of glass skin or oily skin look, this is probably good for you. Okay, you can see kind of a little bit of a dew. Recently, Maybelline also launched their Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. This is under the Superstay range, which is more targeted for like long-lasting, batch-proof kind of application. Today is my first time trying out this Superstay concealer. This is the consistency. It's liquid, but it's kind of thick. Ooh, it is very full coverage. And I'm going in very thinly. So it definitely dries down matte. Medium to full coverage. It's not like extremely full, but I'm sure you can just kind of layer it, because what I did was apply it at the back of my hand and I thinned it out first. I do like it. I think a little goes a long way. Not bad actually. I don't have a Maybelline powder with me on hand right now, so I'm just using a powder that I'm usually used to. With this concealer, I highly advise you guys to set it with concealer anyway, because usually people already do set their foundation and their concealer with powder after. You don't actually need a lot of powder, just a tiny little bit. Anyway, next up I have brows to tackle. I have here my Maybelline Define and Blend Brow Pencil. So this one is your usual kind of triangular shaped brow pencil that comes with a spoolie as well. I'm not going to do anything too fancy because I kind of want this look to be natural and just easy to follow. Alrighty, that was really simple. Now brush it out. Next up, because I don't actually have a contour powder from Maybelline, I'm also going to be using my eyebrow pencil to just contour my nose. So this is a hack that I usually do, especially on trips, or you know, if I am in school or something and I don't actually have the luxury of bringing a lot of products to touch up with me. So what I did was just draw around the sides of my nose and I'll blend it either using my fingers or with a brush if you have. So the thing about eyebrow shades are they're usually quite ashy. They are really good for contour as well, because you don't want to use something that is way too brown or way too like reddish to be contouring the sides of your face. And same thing because I don't have an eyeshadow palette. The last Maybelline eyeshadow palette I owned was like extremely long ago, and I threw it out recently because it started crumbling, and I think I had it for like a good 6 years before I threw it away. So I'm just using my eyebrow pencil again to define my crease like this. So if you have double eyelids, all you have to do is stare into the mirror and locate where your double eyelids are, and just use your eyebrow pencil and draw. And this will give you a really deep set looking eyes kind of effect. Bringing it to my lower lash line as well. And now drawing my eye bags. Alright, because I have eyelash extensions on, let me cheat a little bit. I don't actually have to apply mascara, but I will apply my Hypercurl waterproof mascara on my bottom lashes. If you guys don't have extensions, you can apply this on your upper lashes. One makeup category that I feel like Maybelline definitely aces at would be their mascaras. I feel like the Maybelline ones are as good as the really expensive high-end ones. Alright, it's now time for eyeliner. I have my Maybelline Line Tattoo Crayon Pen. This is a gel liner and I'm using dark brown today. It's a twist-up form. It's actually really creamy, very easy to use. I'm just going to be applying it very close to my lash line and focusing on the outer corners. So the difference eyeliner makes. I'm also bringing it to my lower lash line, like so, and using a brush to blend it out. Okay, now let's move on to the blush. I found this one that was lying around in my collection. I don't think you guys can get this anymore. It's the Master Flash Creator. It has a really cute like gradient kind of effect. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be getting like a mixture of both the yellow coral shade with the reddish shade and just applying it on the center of my cheeks. It's actually really pigmented. Wow. So we can afford to go a little bit heavier with our blush because our eyes are really muted and we didn't apply any eyeshadow or any colors on there. We can focus on our cheeks and our lips. And I'm applying it on my nose as well with whatever's left. And to blend everything in, I'm just taking my sponge again to go in on areas that I don't want that much color. Let me know if you guys have seen this around, but if you do, go and get it. It's really nice and very versatile because you've got like lots of colors, since there are like 2 colors that are mixed together, so you can get best of 3 colors. Now it's time for lips. I have 3 lip shades over here to choose from. The focus is kind of on our cheeks now. I didn't actually plan how this look was gonna turn out. I think I should just use like an in-between of these 2 shades, so maybe I'll mix them both together. These are the Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade 90 and 80. These 2 are new shades that just got added to the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon line. So I'm gonna first start with number 90, Keep It Fun, which is a light pink color. Just applying it all across my lips. So these last extremely long, and if you guys don't like the whole liquid lipstick kind of feel, you can opt for the crayons because they're a little bit more hydrating on the lips. Oh, this color is really nice. And then I'm gonna go in with 80, Run the World. Oh, who runs the world? It reminds me of Who Runs the World, and I really miss working on that show. Let me know in the comments box down below if you have caught Who Runs the World with Mong Chin. That was the show that I was working on pretty much more than half of 2018. It really made me grow as a person, and I really miss those days. I feel like these 2 colors are very similar, so even if you apply it on top of one another, you can't actually tell the difference. Feels very comfortable. And now I'm just gonna be taking my fingers and smudge out the sides of the lip line because I don't really like it when it's so defined. And there you have it. This is the final makeup look using all Maybelline products. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Tell me in the comments box down below which brand you're interested to see next and I will do it for you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Stay safe, wash your hands, and I love y'all.